All right, this story takes place in Hawaii, beautiful Hawaii. I had an awesome experience tattooing in Hawaii. It was awesome. Now, one day, a bunch of tourists come inside the tattoo parlor. There was about 12 of them. Now, they came in and they were so excited and they were like, "Oh, this is the first tattoo parlor we came in today and we just want to get a tattoo." And they were so excited and I was just like, "Oh man, there's 12 people here. This is going to be great." Um, 12 people is going to get you a lot of money. 150 bucks an hour. Um, the average tattoo takes like 2 hours to do, 2 to 3. So you're looking at $300 for each person, and 300 times 12. I was just so happy that they had come in. Um, but they were a little rowdy, and I had to just assert myself a little bit. And as I was asserting myself, I can tell that the crowd kind of got a little angry with me because they weren't in control anymore. And if you're running a tattoo parlor, one thing you always want to be in is in control. You need to be in control all of the time because there's a lot of money that's going to be negotiated, and the artwork has to be understood by the tattoo artist. The tattoo artist needs to know exactly what the customer wants, and it has to be talked out. And um, the little bit of control that the customer needs to have is that it's within their explanation of what their tattoo is going to be. Um, but aside from that, the tattoo employee is the one that has to direct um, the negotiation, the atmosphere, the environment, everything. So I noticed that they were a little mad because I didn't allow them to be all rowdy because they were just really rowdy. And I was just trying to control it. And they were a little mad at that. Uh, some of them, not all of them, but most of them were. They were just not happy, and but the ones who allowed me to take the control, they continued talking to me, and they were like, "Oh well, this is a tattoo that I want," and it was it was a married couple, and they wanted a Betty Boop on a motorcycle, and I was asking what were the details, what they wanted on the Betty Boop to be doing, as far as her position on the motorcycle. I wanted to know what kind of motorcycle, um, just everything, all the details to the tattoo. And they were telling me what they wanted and how they wanted it. And what happened was that we got an appointment for the couple. For the lady, she wanted the Betty Boop on the motorcycle, and it was the most detailed uh, motorcycle that she wanted. And there was an employee at the tattoo parlor, and this employee wanted to take it upon themselves to create the tattoo. And I didn't think the tattoo was going to be able to be done without some modifications because it was very, very detailed. And I just thought that artist was going to suggest that we tone down the details so we can simplify the tattoo so that it can be realistic and practical to do. Um, but this artist said, no, no, um, I can do this tattoo as it is. And I've never seen this artist attempt to do such a tattoo. I thought it was beyond the level of the artist or any artist. This was a very very detailed tattoo for its size and the details that it wanted. It was just a small motorcycle, and I personally would have suggested that the tattoo be modified. Um, but no, this artist took it upon themselves to do it, and what happened was that as I was trying to control the group, um, this couple were the only ones who booked the appointment. Everyone else is like they were like mad and they were like, nah, nah, we're gonna look for another tattoo parlor. We shouldn't just come to the first one and book an appointment there. That was like their excuse because they were a little angry and they didn't want to give me the business, and that's fine because if I were to allow them to take control, it was not going to be a good experience for myself, for any of the artists, and even for the people trying to control the situation. It was just not going to play out good. So they decided to go with another tattoo parlor, which was fine. So out of 12 people, two people booked the appointment, and that was fine. Um, no hard feelings. Um, but I sensed that there was going to be somewhat of a problem because friends, um, I'm guessing that they were all friends. Basically, when there's a crowd like that and they're trying to assert their control, well, what happens is that they're going to try to control everything. And when I say everything, I mean even the outcome of the tattoo. They're gonna say something about the tattoo that the work is poor, something. Um, but we booked the tattoo. Um, the couple they were happy. They were adamant of booking it there. It was their first trip to Hawaii, and they wanted to get it done. Um, and we went. We booked a date. They were to come in the next day, and what happened was that they came in, and just them. They booked the appointment, and the artist got everything prepared. Started on the tattoo. We put on a movie for them, um, husband and wife, and I'm only gonna mention her tattoo, and because the experience was mainly towards her tattoo. Um, the tattoo took like 5 hours to do, and I was just like sitting there looking at the artist do the tattoo. I wanted to see how great of a work this artist was gonna do. Um, I had my doubts that this artist was gonna pull it off. Um, Those are my personal doubts. This person obviously believed in themselves, and I was just eyeing the whole tattoo procedure from the beginning to the end, just looking, seeing if the artist was running into complications, because I can tell by body language and everything else if the artist is having a difficult time creating the tattoo. After the hours pass and the artist says that they were done, I went and I looked at the tattoo, and it was the most beautiful tattoo I had ever seen this artist ever create. I mean, the tattoo was wonderful. It was beautiful. The details were there. It was incredible. I couldn't believe that this artist pulled it off. I mean, she didn't miss a detail, nothing. I mean, it was intricate. It was beautiful. It was Betty Boop. It was Betty Boop on a motorcycle. It was awesome. The lady was thrilled, happy, kissing the hands of the artist for such a beautiful job. The lady left and her husband, and we told her how to take care of the tattoo before she left and everything. She came in the next day, and she was complaining that there was something wrong with the tattoo. And I was like, well, what is wrong with it? Because I don't see anything wrong with the tattoo. And she's like, I don't know. The group I was in, they're saying that there's something wrong with the artwork. And I was like, well, what specifically is wrong with it? Because I don't see anything wrong with it. In fact, it's the most beautiful tattoo I've ever seen this tattoo artist create. And she was like, well, we don't know. But the group that we're with said that there's something wrong with it. And I was like, well, was the group able to pinpoint exactly what's wrong with it? And she was like, no, but they're they're sure there's something wrong with it. And I was like, well, you got to tell us what it is that's wrong with it, um, so we could understand you. And she didn't have an answer for us. And I already knew that because she didn't have an answer, that she was just following her crowd that had no control, and because they're just not feeling our vibe, and they had to complain about something. Um, and this all really came about because they were unable to get the tattoo from us, and they felt like they had to somehow fight in some way, and this was their choosing, their fight, the way they chose to fight. Um, but she had no clear answer. We would have fixed it if there was something wrong with it, but she didn't know what was wrong with it. The crowd didn't know what was wrong with it, so there was nothing to fix because uh, not only didn't she have an explanation, but there really wasn't nothing to fix. I mean, I was at awe to how beautiful the tattoo looked. It was an amazing tattoo. It was Betty Boop on a motorcycle, the most intricate tattoo I've ever seen this artist create. And it was just astonishing how amazing a group can have effect on people, on their peers, when there was nothing wrong. It was the most beautiful tattoo that I've ever seen created from this artist. So, my suggestion, don't ever let anyone take control, and definitely Definitely. At the end, if there is a complaint, ask what the complaint is. And if they don't have an answer, you did your right. You did your job correctly.